let me be honest. When I first watched Power Book 4 Force, I thought it was whack. I'm going to say that again. It was whack. But I went back and watched it the entire season over this past weekend, and I really enjoyed it, and I left with a season 2 prediction and theory that Tommy is going to be the new Ghost, at least in Chicago. Let me break it down and explain my theory to you. It's your man Parlow from the Parlowgems show. I appreciate everybody rocking with me. Bless up to all the new subscribers and everyone on my last episode that chimed in the comment section. You guys are so awesome. Matter of fact, you guys and girls, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you head over to YouTube, search Parlowgems, hit that subscribe button, and check out some of my latest episodes. And if you enjoy this type content, make sure you sit on that like button. Now, before we get into it, if you missed my last episode, it was Return of the Queen, and I gave you my prediction about Tasha Green. And let me say a shout out to one of the commenters in the last episode. They called Tasha Green chicken head wannabe. I mean, it was just really funny. Check that episode out and let me know your thoughts, theories, and predictions as well when it comes to Tasha returning to back up Tariq. Well, with that being said, let's get into today's episode. So if you remember in season 1, the feds ended on the season calling Tommy Ghost. In fact, they said that there was not a lot of information about him and he moved just like a ghost. And you know, they don't just say anything, the writers on these particular shows when it comes to Power. I believe that they were letting us know that Tommy's character is going to mature and is maturing to be more like Ghost than what we originally thought. I'm going to break it down like a fraction. Now, let me tell you why I think Tommy is going to be the new Ghost, at least in Chicago. Okay? A few things I noticed about Tommy. Number one, he is maturing to the fact to where he is trying to save more people that enter into his life that he finds value in. You know, throughout the Power series, Tommy was just psychotic. I mean, he was just a counter pig waiting to explode. If he wanted to shed blood, Tommy was the type of person you would want on your team to take it to the streets. But now, even though Tommy has had so much pain, he has been through many battles, okay? Even though he's about his money, we're starting to see Tommy to have a conscience and even love again. You remember how he formed a relationship quite quickly, might I say. I mean, he laid the game down real quick in episode 1 and was just exchanging bodily fluids with Gloria. Now, did he feel her like he did his last girlfriend? I don't know. But he matured to where he was willing to save her life. Not only her, but also Vic Flynn. He tried to help both of them to get out of town. And where did he get this from? He learned this from Ghost. If you were in Ghost Circle and he found value in your life, he would let you go. Just like he did with Liliana. Okay? And like Ghost, we see Tommy had an opportunity to off her, but he let her live, found her value, and added her to the team. Now, let me say this about Liliana. I believe that she is the Bodhi of Power Book 4 Ghost. She made the decision. She chose this life and she was willing to die, just like Bodhi did in The Wire on the corner. And she definitely went out like a soldier, and she earned her stripes as well as Tommy's respect. But the point I'm making is that Tommy is maturing. He tried to get her out the game, but she stayed in it. Okay. Another reason I believe Tommy is more like Ghost, or becoming more like Ghost, is because now he's becoming more strategic in his partnerships. Okay, we see him forming partnerships with the Serbs. They became his enemy. Then he went back and became the friend of his enemy. He did the same thing with CBI. And so we see him moving somewhat like Ghost, to where Ghost would use any relationships that he could to his advantage. Again, Tommy used to be a hothead, but he has the spirit of Ghost. And he said a number of times how many different things that he learned from his old partner, who he called his brother. In fact, several people in season 1 asked, what happened to your old business partner? And he would never bring it up, almost like he knew he was dead physically, but he was still living in his heart. Okay. Another reason I believe Tommy could be the new Ghost, at least in Chicago, is because that he is learning to appreciate family. Something that Ghost did. Ghost appreciated family. I mean, besides Tasha, when it comes to his kids, when it comes to Tommy, even though they went through a number of different disagreements, you remember Ghost? He would always say, Tommy, you're my brother. You're my family. I would never go against you. And like family, you have disagreements, you have arguments, but Ghost always stuck with his family, besides Tasha. And so now we have D-Mac and JP. Of course, we know that JP is his brother and D-Mac is his nephew. And he was willing to bring the family together, even though he was deep in those streets. I mean, he even financially supported GP, just like Ghost would do for people. He would give them money and take care of them. And I believe that's Tommy just becoming more and more like Ghost, even though he isn't around. And finally, we see that Tommy is becoming more structured in his business on the streets. Yeah, yes, he is. He's still a little hothead, but you remember Tommy at the end of the season, he told Diamond that he didn't just want the small little block that Gerard and Diamond agreed to. He said he wanted the whole city. And so now we see Tommy becoming more strategic and how he deals with his enemies and how he goes about getting more territory. Tommy, in my opinion, is the new Ghost. And so you guys are going to have to let me know down in the comment section. What do you think about my prediction? Is Tommy becoming more like Ghost than we originally thought he would? And while we're at it, what did you think? Give me some feedback when it comes to Power Book 4 Force. I thought it was whack when I first watched it. I guess I had the bar too high. My expectations were too high. And so after I calmed down, I went back and watched the entire season over the last few days. And I must say, it was really good. And my wife just shook her head because she said, I tried to tell you that it was good. And so, you know, I can change. Fault me at that. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the greatest. What would you rate Power Book 4 Force? And try not to compare it to the others. Just what is your flat out feedback about Power Book 4 Force? We know it's about to come up for season 2 just in a few weeks. And so I'm going to be talking about it here and doing some breakdowns and giving you some of my thoughts, theories, and predictions. All right, it's on y'all. Y'all make sure y'all jump down in the comment section and give me your thoughts on today's episode. Is Tommy the new ghost, at least in Chicago? Now, I must say, on my thumbnail, I have Diamond, and I like the way he moves. And of course, Gerard, he does not move. He does not move like Ghost at all. But who knows? He may mature a little bit more since he's getting closer to the Flynn family. But Tommy is the one. He's the man. Let me know down in the comment section. It's your man Parlow from the Parlowgems show. Again, appreciate y'all rocking with me. And as always, make sure you catch me on my next video. Peace!